So email is a super critical part of your digital fundraising strategy. And historically, email marketing generates the best return on investment at around $40 earned for every $1 spent. And if done correctly, I have seen better returns than that. Not only does email drive more donations, but it can help us expand our reach, promote special programs or events, but it can also help us provide reporting and transparency. Most importantly, it helps us develop a loyal donor base, and that's if we're also using it to steward and cultivate donors. So today I'm going to take you through everything you'll need to know to make sure you are capitalizing on your emails. I will take you through collecting them, segmenting them, platforms, design, copy, different types of emails, how to automate your workflow, and even how to analyze all your efforts. Which means it's a long one. So if you stay till the end, I will hook you up with a download. And no, I am not collecting email addresses. It really helps our channel when you watch through to the end, you like, you comment, you subscribe, you click the little bell. Let's start by talking about collecting emails and permission, because it should never be difficult to sign up for our email list. Supporters are actually going to be looking for it, so we got to make sure that it's easy to find. And there are certain locations that are best for placing it, like our website. Now, I'm a fan of pop-ups. Not a lot of people like them, but as long as they're not too aggressive. We can also put it in the footer of our website or any pages that have a lot of traffic. Social media, we can put it in our bio. We can also run posts and campaigns around it asking people to sign up. Now here's a little tip, because Instagram only allows for one link in your bio. Well, there's a cool little program called Linktree, which it links to a landing page where you can have multiple websites. Events are also a really great place. If we have a table or a kiosk, we can do an email sign up, but we want to make sure we get permission. Now, with permission, the industry standard nowadays is what we call a double opt-in. So that's where people sign up, but then we send them an email so that they can confirm that, yes, indeed, they would like to be part of our email list. The big thing is we want to aim for quality over quantity. It's better to have a small list of genuine supporters than a big list of people who are vaguely aware of our cause. I actually often clean up my lists and remove what we call gray mail, and that's people who signed up but aren't taking any action. They really don't want the emails. We also want to keep our sign-up forms short. If we have to fill out multiple boxes, chances are people aren't going to really complete it as often as we'd like. But it is a balancing act between collecting the information that we need, the persona information, and keeping it short. So I usually do name, email, and then one or two persona questions. I also use a landing page so that the person who's signing up is aware of the content that I'm going to be producing and the frequency of the emails that they're going to be receiving. I may even give them an option for the types of emails that they want to receive, depending on how many emails we're sending out. So I mentioned segmenting, and here's an example of segmenting. I have a client and we're creating these free downloads for family tips. And when people download them, they provide their email addresses, opt in to receive future emails, and I segment them off because we will be promoting our family programs to them later. Now, another tip is to integrate your email provider, so your MailChimp, your Constant Contact, your HubSpot, with your other databases. If you can link it with your Razor's Edge or your Salesforce or whatever donor database you're using, you can help separate out your donors into segments. So say lapsed donors or longtime donors or new donors. You can also segment for things like event member or event participation, memberships, volunteers. So why is this important? The more you know about your donors, the better you can personalize the emails that you're sending out to them, and the more chances that they will take action on those. By sending specific messages to supporters that have engaged with you in unique ways, you can engage them with content that they want to see and invite them to take next steps. 78% of internet users in the US said that personally relevant content increases their purchase intent. For us, donor intent or volunteer intent. If you personalize your content for your supporters, they're far more likely to donate and support your organization. If your organization hosts events, has multiple campaigns, provides updates, or presents other types of content, this is also a great way to segment them to make sure you're not sending too many emails. Platforms. Choosing the right platform can be overwhelming because there are so many of them, but again, we want to choose something that is going to work well for us, integrate with our donor software, and provide automation. Now, HubSpot is a great tool that I've started using. I am not an affiliate with them. I just like some of their options, but there's also MailChimp, Constant Contact, Sprout Social. Just find the one that's right for you. Now with storytelling, as I mentioned before, we want to create a personal experience. Personalized emails generate transaction rates or donations up to 6 times greater than compared to just a general email. And emailing based on donor preferences, which we outlined when we segmented, is a great way to accomplish this. We also want to only deliver the most compelling message. Compelling messages are extremely important when talking about our cause. Now, I did another video on storytelling, but here are some of the basics, and I'll link that in the description. But we want to start by asking ourselves or our team, why are we sending this email? Who am I sending this email to? Have I done my work on personas? Why is it important? What do we want the outcome to be? And most importantly, what value are we going to provide them? What's in it for them? Now, we also use the AIDA, that inverted pyramid, where it's attraction, then we generate interest, create desire, and then our call to action. And with the actual design of our emails, it says a lot about our organization's brands. We've got design, imagery, style. They all communicate feelings, thoughts, and values. And because donors give mostly because of an emotional response, it's extremely important to put thought into our design and the emotion that it emits. It should also be in line with our website, our socials, and our print materials so that reader knows it's from us. And consistent branding over all platforms is very important. We want to use clear, clean templates. An email designed with a sleek, uncluttered layout will present our information in a reader-friendly way. We want it to be scannable. You're going to hear me say scannable quite a bit. Now, our headline should be very compelling. Our headline should both describe the content of our email and grab the reader's attention. And the first line of the copy should stand out and keep our reader engaged with the rest of the email. Some statistics. Most people only spend about 15 seconds reading our email, and then most will only read actually about 20% of the content. So our headline is our greatest asset to draw people in. Now, our copy should be organized. If we have big paragraphs, we want to break it up with subheads or bullet lists. Again, we're trying to make it scannable and easy to read. Now, 79% of readers just scan the content rather than reading it word for word. So using subheads and bullet lists helps provide that scannability. Our call to action, we want to make sure that every email has a call to action, ideally a button after the header or the body. Now, donate, sign up, register now, these are all really good examples of calls to action, but it's becoming more and more recognizable for subscribers that button that they click rather than text links. Imagery is also very important. We want to use gripping images. Donors connect with images. They want to see the support that they've given. They want to see the work we're doing, and images are very relational, and it will help us create that emotion. And don't forget about alt text, because a lot of people download emails without the images. So there's a lot of examples of emails we can send, event invitations, newsletters, but where I really want to spend time talking is about automated emails. So those thank you emails after they've signed up, thank you emails after they've made a donation, and impacts and reports that go out. And because these are what really help us build our donor loyalty. Also, automating our workflow is going to save us a ton of time. So we're segmenting based on how much they gave, when they gave, and that's where it's important to have our donor software in line with our email software. Now, automating our workflow, as I mentioned, is going to save us a lot of time, but it's much like moves management. And studies have shown that when people receive these kinds of personalized emails, the open rates and the engagement rates are far higher. And again, the easiest emails to automate are the welcome, the thank you, and the impact. So once the donor has received a thank you email, I set them up on a path for follow-up and show them the results of their giving. Now let's talk about analytics, because most email providers provide some pretty robust metrics, but we really want to focus on open rates, which measure the number of supporters that actually open the email. And the average rate for nonprofits varies, but it's typically around 16%. And this metric is important because it gives us insights into the quality of our subject lines. Are we sending too many emails? Is the content appropriate for our subscribers? Now, click-through rates, they measure how many people actually clicked on the link in the call to action. And the average click-through rates are anywhere between 3 to 4%. But this metric is important because it shows us how well our content is engaging with our audience and if we're delivering that compelling content, imagery, and messaging. Email conversions measure how many of our supporters actually click on our call to action and follow through with making a donation, signing up for an event, or signing up to volunteer. This metric is important because it helps show how many constituents are actually taking action based on our email. Now, if this number is lower than our click-through numbers, we might have a problem with setting the expectations, the messaging, or even the landing page that we're using. Unsubscribe rates measure how many subscribers left our email list, and most nonprofits have a pretty low unsubscribe rate. So if you're below about 2%, you are in good shape. Now for that download I promised. I'm going to leave a link in the description, so just head over to our website and you will get the show notes and some extra little tips and tricks. And stay tuned, because next week I'm doing social media and I am focusing on LinkedIn. As always, call, email, text, DM. I'm always happy to talk to nonprofits. So all the best for your email and marketing, and have a wonderful day.